हरि ओम। परम पूज्य गुरु जी स्वामी तेजोमयानंद जी की he has composed one hymn to Lord Ganesh whose words are like this. गाते रहो मन गणेश के गुण, गाते रहो मन गणेश के गुण। गणपति अगणित गुणों के भवना, गणपति अगणित गुणों के भवना। गाते रहो मन गणेश के गुण, गाते रहो मन गणेश के गुण। विद्या विनय विशेष विजय विधि, विद्या विनय विशेष विजय विधि। विघ्न निवारण विवेक विरति, विघ्न निवारण विवेक विरति। विघ्न निवारण विवेक विरति, विघ्न निवारण विवेक विरति। गाते रहो मन गणेश के गुण, गाते रहो मन गणेश के गुण। सदाचार सुविचार सुजनता, सदाचार सुविचार सुजनता। सुमधुर भाषण सत्यशीलता, सुमधुर भाषण सत्यशीलता। सुमधुर भाषण सत्यशीलता, सुमधुर भाषण सत्यशीलता। गाते रहो मन गणेश के गुण, गाते रहो मन गणेश के गुण। नित्य निरंतर नमन निधीश्वर, नित्य निरंतर नमन निधीश्वर। नवनवीन गुण प्रीति दनत सुर, नवनवीन गुण प्रीति दनत सुर। नवनवीन गुण प्रीति दनत सुर, नवनवीन गुण प्रीति दनत सुर। गाते रहो मन गणेश के गुण, गाते रहो मन गणेश के गुण। गणपति अगणित गुणों के भवना, गणपति अगणित गुणों के भवना। गाते रहो मन गणेश के गुण, गाते रहो मन गणेश के गुण। गणेश के गुण, गणेश के गुण। बोलिए श्री सिद्धिविनायक स्वामी की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। हरि ओम। गुरुजी, परम पूज्य गुरुजी has composed this song in praise of Lord Ganesh, who is the giver of fine, subtle and pure intellect. Guruji says, "O my mind, keep on singing the praises of the virtues of Lord Ganesh. He has all the values. They are more valuable than valuables in him. And you cannot count those virtues in Lord Ganesh. Lord Ganesh is an ideal seeker, an admirable leader, a commander. in chief. See, Ganesh, when we say the word Ganesh or Ganapati, Gana means a group, and literally he is the leader of all the servants and all the admirers of Shivaji, Pramatha Gana. They are called Pramatha Gana. Pramatha means they churn our mind. So the thoughts, thought modifications, desires which churn our mind, they loot away the steadiness, peace, contentment of mind. So they are Pramatha Gana, and Lord Ganesh is head of them, Ganapati. He is the protector of them, he is the leader of them, Ganesha. He rules over them. In the same way, we have so many Ganas in ourselves. First is the group of our organs of perception. Then second is the group of our organs of action. Third is group of our inner instruments, that is mind, intellect, memory and ego. Also we have got the group of our vital airs, prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, and also the assistant of them, Naga, Kurma, Krukala, Devadatta, Dhananjaya. They are called deputy or sub vital airs, Upaprana. So in this way, these all many, besides that also, so many groups of thoughts are there. Thoughts of mercy, thoughts of selfless service, thoughts of anger. So Lord Ganesh is seen here as the consciousness, the very life principle, whose expression is life principle. The life in us is the expression of that consciousness which is everywhere. So he is the chief of that. That Ganesh, when we worship with form, then it has got many virtues, and those virtues are expressed in various sports of it, various incidences of that. Ganapati Bhagwan, Lord Ganesh. So, first he said, Vidya, Vinaya, Vishesha, Vijaya Vidhi. Vidya, now here Vidya is all knowledges, knowledge bodies or systems or disciplines. In Chandogya Upanishad, Naradji counts so many Vidyas, and they say that 64 types of arts and 14 types of Vidyas are there. 14 Vidya, 64 Kala. So these 14 Vidyas which are there. So they say 4 Vedas, then 4 Upavedas and 6 Vedangas. These are 14 Vidyas. So Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda. Then Upavedas, Ayurveda, Gandharva Ved, Sthapatya Ved, and maybe this Dhanurveda, that is the strategy of defense, etc. So these are 4 Upavedas and 6 Vedangas, that is Shiksha, Vyakaran, Kalpa, Nirukta, Chanda and Jyotish. Shiksha is the science of intonation. Shiksha, how to pronounce correctly, where to give force, and in which pitch which word is to be said. That are then Vidya, the Shiksha, then Kalpa. In those also very many measurements of all ritual, fire rituals, that are everything, all details are given. Vidya, Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana. Vyakarana is the grammar with which we come to know the meaning of a sentence, which is made up of words, which is made up of letters. which is made up of all varnas, syllables. So this Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakaran, Nirukta, how a word is formed, what is the root of that word, what process that root goes through to form that word, which suffix, which prefix it is added to the it. That all comes in that Nirukta, the production of word, the generation, the original source of word. Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakaran, Nirukta, Yaskacharya's Nigantu is the text of this Nirukta. Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakaran, Nirukta, Chanda. Chandas are meters, they are literary ornaments of the letters from which the enhanced bhava or rasa, various sentiments and feelings of poetry, they come. So Chanda and Jyotisham. Jyotisha is the elementary, these bodies of the sky, all constellations or planets and Dhumketus, etc. So in this way, these six are Vedangas: Shiksha, Kalpa, Nirukta, Vyakaran, Chanda, Jyotisha. 4 Vedas and 4 Upavedas. These 14 are called Vidya. So Ganapati, Aganita Gunonke Bhavana, Vidya. Then when this Vidya, one knows this Vidya, then definitely there are chances that he may get pride of that. So immediately Vinaya comes. Vinaya, humility, politeness, humbleness. So Ganpati has that also. Not only knowledge, but he is very humble, he is very down to earth, practical. Vidya, Vinaya, and with that only this knowledge looks good. Vidya, Vinaya, Vishesha Vijaya Vidhi. And how to get success, how to get victory in anything, how to complete the task that you have taken. So for that, very many strategies Lord Ganesh has, and the process and functions of all those things. Vidya, Vinaya, Vishesha, Vijaya Vidhi, Vigna Nivarana, Viveka Virati. Vigna Nivarana. Shreyansi Bahuvignani, it is said that whenever you take a noble work in hand, definitely it will have so many difficulties, so many hurdles, so many obstacles in it. So we have to remove them, we have to overcome them, we have to bypass them, and we have to crush them and go ahead. So Bhagwan, Lord Ganesh, is Vigna Nivaran. He knows how to do all this. Vigna Nivaran. Now what are the Vignas? Actually, we say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So they also suggest the Tapatraya. Tapatraya means 3 types of inflictions. One is from the phenomenal forces or the past karma, Adhidaivik. One is from the people and beings surrounding us, Adhibhautika. And one is from within ourselves, our body and mind. So these all hurdles Lord Ganesha knows how to remove by giving health, by giving faith, by giving enthusiasm, energy to work, and also by controlling all surrounding things and beings, and also the phenomenal forces like rain, fire, and our past karmas also, Daiva, Adhidaivik. So Vigna Nivarana. Then come Viveka. Viveka is discrimination. Discrimination, taking decision, differentiation, seeing the pros and cons of the thing, and that will help to take decision whether to go or not, whether to do or not, whether to take or not, everything, whether it is good for me in future or not. So Viveka, this should come through thinking. There are many types of Viveka, like in the beginning they do what to eat or not. So Khadya Akhadya Viveka, what to eat or not. Then what to wear? Suppose we have to travel, then traveling dress will be different. We have to go for a reception of a marriage, etc. Then that our attire will be different. If you have to go to console somebody, give condolence, then that dress will be different. In this way, what to wear or not. This is very gross differentiation. After that comes whether to take career in which field, whether marine science I have to see, or hospitality, or hotel management, or what do I have to see. I have to go in languages, foreign languages, etc., or I have to take home science. So in this way, career choosing, there also this differentiation and discrimination and decision making I have to do. Then afterwards, whether to get married or not, whether to stay in India or go to foreign. So many, whether to do a business or a service. So many decisions we have to take. So these are all very gross forms of this discrimination. But when we go in subtler level, then whether to do or not, dharma, adharma, whether what is my duty, what I am supposed to do in this time, at this moment, what is my role in this incidence. So this is little bit middle type discrimination. And when you come to subtle level, then what is real, what is unreal, what is perishing, what is permanent, then what is self, what is not self, what is the seer and what is the seen. These all types of differentiations, they form the subtle part of this, and they are very difficult to do unless and until we learn the scriptures under an experienced and realized master with humble attitude. So in this way, Viveka, Ganpati has this naturally, his father is itself the body of knowledge, Lord Shivji. Mother is also Lord Durga, Goddess Durga. So definitely he has this Viveka and Virati. Virati, that is the culmination of this differentiation. When we say that yes, all the things that I see around me are very limited living, they are perishable. Therefore, from them I cannot get lasting happiness. Up till this, that is the part of Viveka. So, based on that, definitely I say that therefore I don't want that. I don't go after them. I don't have the ambition to aggrandize these things which themselves are perishable and therefore cannot give me the lasting happiness. Then I want that permanent happiness without doing anything, which is just my inherent nature. And since I have got already with me my inherent nature, so that bliss is always there and that will not go anywhere because that is eternal, that is infinite in terms of time, space, and objects. So I want that, I don't want this. So this is called dispassion, this is called virati. So in this way, this dispassion should be the result of discrimination, the self-enquiry, that myself is only eternal and all else are changing. Every change happens on some unchangeable substratum, unchangeable platform, and that I am, which notices these changes. In this way, I do not go after these things, but I want to come in within me and become introvert to realize the self as the source of happiness. This way, this virati is there. Very nice terms like jewels Guruji has strung together like a pearl necklace in this bhajan. Then second is sadachar, सुविचार सुजनता सुमधुर भाषण सत्यशीलता. So sadachara, sat and achar. What is sat? Sat word, many times it is used that sat vichar, sajjan, Sat means goods, good. Good thoughts, good books, Sadgrantha. Good deed, Satkarma, etc. So Sat means good. And technically, Sat is the pure existence. That isness is Sat. Bhagavan Bhashyakar Adi Shankaracharya, in explaining the verse in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is a little bit this one deep verse meaning wise. They say nasato vidyate bhavo na bhavo vidyate satah ubhayoropi drashtantas tvanayos tattvadarshipih. So while explaining this, he says that sat, that is one truth, that is a reality, and we feel as in the form of a thought. So when we say a book is, so in that there are two thoughts. One is book thought, second is thought. When we say pot is, there are two thoughts. One is pot thought and the other is thought. When we say cloth is, there are two thoughts. One is cloth thought, other is thought. If the name and form of that thing gets distracted, then that thought goes away, but the is thought remains, because that is same, very ordinary and common in all. Therefore, that never goes away. In this way, that Sat is a eternal and infinite truth of this world, which remains there, and that is our real nature. Therefore, we are also eternal and by our essential nature, not as a form and name, not as any other conditioning like mind, intellect, senses, sense organs, etc., but as essential part of me, pure me. And therefore, there is no fear of disease, no fear of old age, and neither the fear of death is there. So, what we were seeing, that names and forms may get down, but this Sat, Sadachar that we are saying, that Sat remains as ever without any change whatsoever. Example, the seed is, now it is, seed is not, but a sprout is. So the name seed has gone, the form of seed has gone, but isness is there in the form of sprout also. Because everything we experience as is. Then that sprout also goes, but a small sapling comes. So that name and form as a sprout goes, but the isness is same in that form of sapling also. Then sapling goes, it becomes a tree. And then tree goes, it becomes just a planks. Then plank goes, it becomes a bed or a chair or a table. When chair goes, that isness remains in the form of ash, and the ash also goes, it remains in the form of earth or soil. In this way, when you go behind, then we reach to that one consciousness from which this all three gunas, three modifications, and all five great elements comes, which mingle into one another to form all the things and bodies in this earth. That is Sat. So this Sadachar means whatever actions we do to understand that, all spiritual practices, etc. And for practically, Sadachar means good behavior according to scriptures, which is very good, wherein we have got disciplined our mind, our senses, and we are living our life according to the instructions and injunctions of scripture. So that is Sadachar. So in a nutshell, if we want to say Sadachar, is that what we expect others to do unto you, same thing we also do unto others. So Sadachar. Then Suvichar. Su means Sushtu, that is good one, beautiful one. And Vichar means thought. What is thought? It is called thought is consciousness plus object. When consciousness gets conditioned with something, then that itself takes the form of thought, as when the water of ocean just gets conditioned into a small ripple or a wave or a big mountain like wave, tsunami, etc., the breaker, etc. But that is essentially water only. In the same way, consciousness, when it gets conditioned with some object, it becomes the thought. So, suvichar, when we say vichar, so chara is the root in that is go to go, and vi maybe vishesha also and viparita also. When we go to find the cause of something, so we turn backward and ask what is the cause of this, why this happened. So in this way, when we go opposite direction, we go backward. So that is this vichar, suvichar, sadachar, suvichar. Also, this vichar, vishesha charanam. So in a specific manner, according to our scriptures, we think step by step, cause and effect, etc. So that's sadachara. But here, in practical terms of this, think before you act, think before you do anything, think before you speak, like that. Sadachara, suvichara, sujanata. Sujanata means being a good person. Ganapati is the chief of all those servants of Lord Shivaji. So definitely Sujanata. Sumadhur Bhashana Satyashilata. Very sweet speaking and speaks truth, never says speaks untruth, speaks very sweetly, and limited numbers. So satyam vadet, priyam vadet, hitam vadet, mitam vadet. Very limited words, and that too very meaningful for the welfare of all, with the benevolence of for all. Sumadhura bhashana satyashilata, and truthful very much he is, because our self is of the nature of truth itself. And if you want its knowledge, if you want to abide in that knowledge, our speech, our thoughts, and our deeds should not waver from truth, even of the measure of a thread also. And therefore, Satya, in the 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu also, Satya, 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 so many times it comes. So, Satyashilata, these are the. And what is Satya? These are the attributes of Lord Ganesha. And what is Satya? Satya, actually two levels are there. One is Rutam, that is also a type of Satya, which is determined with the help of scriptures. So when we study and listen and we take knowledge in, so that truth is formed in our mind, yes, this is right. And in the day-to-day living, when we put that truth in our actions, in our speech, in our thoughts, then that becomes Satya. So as I understand, as I see, as I listen, when I utter the same thing through my mouth, through my speech, so that is Satya. Yathavat Bhashanam Satyam. So as my understanding is there is no any the twisting, there is no any wickedness, there is no any concealment in that truth. But at the same time, there are full of other instructions are there, so those are also obeyed. It is not that whatever comes in my mind I should talk it openly. It is not that. But for that, etiquettes and manners and all good habits, those are also to be considered. Example, if we go to see a person who is 90, 95, 100 years old and is ill, and we come to know from his relatives, etc., that he will not live much now. So, this truth we need not go and openly speak to him, because Satyashilata, it is not that. So, there we should always build hope for him that yes, you will be alright, definitely, your health will improve, please get well soon, like that. Suppose if we are at home and somebody is coming, and actually I don't like that he has come. So that truth, whatever is my mind, yathavat bhashanam, that is not to be said. But there Atiti Devo Bhava. This is the instruction given, and that will overrule here. So we should, with pleasant smile on your face, we should welcome him, offer him seat, water, etc., and inquire with love wherefore he has come. So in this way, everywhere we have to use this viveka. Therefore, this viveka is in the beginning only. Everywhere you have to see the common sense and differentiation, the propriety of this behavior. So in this way, sadachar, suvichar, sujanata, sumadhura bhashana, satyashilata. And lastly, Guruji says, Nitya Nirantara Namana Nidhishwara Navanavina Guna Pretida Natasura. So Nitya Nirantara. Now if you see the term Nitya, there is lot more contemplation on that. Nitya, Nityata. What is Nityata? It is eternity. So that Nityata is said the thing that is there in three periods of time, past, present and future. That is there, that never gets denied, that never gets negated. That is Nitya. But for practical purpose, it is daily. Nitya means daily I pray, daily I prostrate to this Lord Ganesh. Nitya Nirantara. Nirantara, Niyantara. So without any, this one in between breaks, without any intervals, without any interruptions, I pray this. Generally, it happens that when things happen according to our will, very conducive to us, then we are devotees. And if they go opposite to that, what we don't want, what we hate, that only, what is sorrowful, that only happens, that is not at all conducive, then we become less devotees. Or sometimes we may also get angry with God, sometimes we find fault with God. Many times like this remarks also come. But nirantara means whatever things happening in my life, whether they are good or bad, but my flow of devotion, the thought that I feel Lord is good, I like God. So that thought of love, devotion towards God should not get broken in between, should not get divided in between. Nitya Nirantara, Namana Nidhishwara. Namana, no mana means generally prostration, but no mana is no mind. So we have to overcome this mind with the help of mind only. Manasa unmani bhave. So we have to think, what is this mind? Whether this is forever, whether I am that. So we find that no, mind is not always with me. In deep sleep, whenever I get engrossed in doing something, that mind is not there. So definitely mind is not me. I know the condition of my mind. I know the thoughts in my mind. The knower is always different than the thing known. Therefore, I am not this mind. So with this mind only, no mana, we have to go. And simple way of this is to get surrender to the higher, to our teachers, to our Lord, to that Supreme Self. So Namana is the symbol of that surrender, that complete surrender, where I doesn't remain. Therefore, Mana, because in mind only our I thought is there, ego is there. So no Mana. Very nice thing, this is no Mana. If you do this, with all this meaning in our mind, then definitely there will be a transformation in us. Namana, Nidhishvara. Nidhi, actually there are 9 Nidhis: Mukunda, Padma, Kharva, etc., Kachapa. So these are higher and higher wealths in grosser way, and the higher and higher levels of realms of our consciousness, our mind, our thoughts. So Nidhishwara, whatever wealth is there, whatever prosperity is there, that all, the master of that is Lord Ganesh. Siddhi, Riddhi Siddhi, all the possibilities, etc., they are personification as wives of Lord Ganesha. So Nitya Nirantara Namana Nidhishwara. Navanavina Guna Pritida Natasura. Actually, each word of this can be deeply contemplated in this. Navanavina, ever new, and that is beautiful. So, what is beautiful? That it always is. First thing, that should be there. If that thing itself gets destroyed, then how it will be beautiful? So whatever is destructible, whatever is perishable, that cannot be beautiful, but because at one point that thing itself will not be there. So no question of whether it is beautiful or not. So Navanavina, every moment it is new. Pratikshanam yannavatam upayati tadeva rupam ramaniyatayaha. So every moment it becomes ever green, ever fresh, ever young. So that beauty of it increases because it is Sat, means eternal existence. Navanavina Guna Priti Natasura, and he is the means giver, Denara, Dayak. So he is the giver of all these things because he has all these virtues and he has these all good qualities, good attributes. So therefore, if we please him, if we propitiate him, so he will give us those virtues, and therefore he is the giver of love also. Pritita, the people are under love. Those people who have some qualities in them, who have some special traits in them. So Navanavina Guna Pritida Nata Sura. Even gods, they also bow down in front of him. They prostrate him, they pay obeisance to him. In that way, he is the God of gods, Lord of lords. Because Shivaji is the chief of all the creation, and Sadashiva, he is called the Adi Guru, is the first original and pioneer teacher of giving all this self-knowledge, knowledge of the Supreme. So in this way, he is the son of that. So definitely Father is our teacher, Father is our preceptor and preacher also. So he is that to whom all the other lords, like Lord of Air, Vayu Devata, Lord of Fire, Agni Devata, Lord of Water, Varuna Devata, and King of Lords, Indra, everyone, they pray. Many times stories are there, this Ganesha Purana. Once it so happened that the devil in the form of fire, demon in the form of fire, Analasur, he was just troubling all the gods. And they could not do anything to him. He was such a strong and forceful and very brave. And he was doing all the harms to all the people on gods also. So they all came to the shelter of Lord Ganesha. And he just went there and he doing his opening his mouth and took in all that fire in the form of that devil. So in this way he helped all them to get rid of that demon. And afterwards when heat was increased in his body, then they all applied sandal paste etc., but that couldn't this one remove that heat. So they all put so many green, lush green, and this one, this durva, means durva, the three leaves grass, so that they put there. So Ganesh Bhagwan felt very nice from that, and therefore, since that time, we offer this Durva in his worship. So in this way, Guruji has composed this very nice stuti of Lord Ganesh, hymn to Lord Ganesh, and we saw in brief its meaning. So in this way, we will reflect on some compositions, maybe prose or poetry, maybe Sanskrit, Hindi, English, Marathi, of Param Pujya Guruji, Swami Tejomayananda Ji. Hari Om. Let us say Lord's name for a minute. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. 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 बोलिए श्री सिद्धिविनायक स्वामी की जय. बोलिए श्री प्रणव गणेश भगवान की जय. श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. हरि ओम.